lecturer from Uniben, yes, in the College of Medicine, Medical Sciences, Honorable Frank Amego is also a clergyman, political analyst. Honorable, welcome to TMI Tuesday's edition. I appreciate your coming.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Now, from what Solomon said, he said we will not experience any positive change in the price of goods and commodities for at least the next 1 month and beyond. So what's your take on this? The Naira appreciating against the dollar, and things in the market right now is like they're unfazed. They're just the same way they were since when the dollar was like, 1.8 or close to 2,000 Naira per dollar. Take it up from there.
Yes, it would be unfair on me to argue against wisdom. You just mentioned Solomon. So, however, I'm not seeing any appreciation. An appreciation is, let's go back to where it was.
The status quo.
Yeah, when this government came on board, it's at that rate we mention appreciation. What is playing out in Nigeria, which is a common thing, is political economics. It's happening to cement, it's happening to petrol, and now dollar. When it happened to cement, nobody said anything. From there, it happened to the dollar, to petrol. Now is the turn of the Naira against dollar. There is no appreciation. In political economics, there's a simple understanding, is the leadership plays with the mindsets of the people. They increase pump price gradually over and over again until it got to this present rate. So the political economics there is, a time will come, news everywhere. Why the Genius company will just crash it? It's not crashing it. If it brings it to 500, it's not a crash. The political economics tells us that they will just jack everything up. Then when they bring it down a little bit, all of us will be happy, as it was in the beginning. So there's no better economy. Because if there's going to be a better economy, there are indices of growth. I'm not an expert in economics, but the economy is affecting me. So I have to go and study microeconomics and macroeconomics on my own. No certificates. So that I want to understand what is going on in this country. They're just playing on our intelligence, that's all. So how can you tell me Naira, dollar, 1,000 plus, it says appreciating? It cannot manifest on the table of a common man. Because the production and productivity will be grossly affected to the extent that if you went buying something now, as a dollar has reduced in value, it will tell you it is an old stock. It has not gone to the market. So it will take a long while. Solomon projected next month. Let's quickly leave you, otherwise next month will meet us here. Next month, as it was in the beginning. The government is not doing anything. When it's going to rain, you look straight into the sky and you have an understanding that it might likely start raining in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes or so. But now the sky is clear. And we are clapping ourselves, clapping our hands together for rain to come down. It will come down. But the government knows the way Nigerians react. From 1,800 to 1,500, was that clapping? Was that where it was in the beginning? Oftentimes I used to mention things here, right here, that when ITV came on board some years ago, they were just listening to one program on our sister station. I came into the sitting room and told everyone that there is a new station. I told them some of the programs they were showing. Let's have the new station. I tuned and tuned and tuned. Until I was told, take it back to the former station. I couldn't. It took an expert the next day to come and take it back to the former station. So let's take it back to where you were, or where things were initially. There was an impulsive major statement made by the president of Nigeria. It was not calculated that no more subsidy. Is that true? But that's what people want to hear. Without thinking, no calculation, no test run, even CBN policies, they are not tested. The CBN policies are like decrees by military administrators. Just wake up one day, I've decided a decree is a decision.
No, but they go about, taking samples from market indices. When we got to this aspect, Cardoso and of course his team worked their brows out to at least bring down, so what I say, to make the Naira appreciate. So you just can't say they're not doing anything.
Appreciate from where? Who took it up? That's the person we are looking for now. Who took it up? That's what I told you in Cletem, political economics. They know your mindset. They don't say now they are helping you. They are not helping anybody.
All right, so
they are paving ways for some entrepreneurs. Maybe petrol was 230. The man will tell the government that I can't sell at 230. I want it at 500. Okay, don't worry, we know what to do. So they're checking up to 600. So once it's now brought to the 500, that local entrepreneur once suggested will not be clapping their hands. And it's being said gradually now that once they pump in their products, then the price will crash. Crash to where?
Good question. Crash to where? Solomon, now over to you, because both of you seem to be pessimistic about this. Both haven't worked so tirelessly to bring, to appreciate, our currencies. We at least almost stand at par with the dollar. We as well, Nigerians should be happy about this to the extent that it should really reflect in our market. Someone said that the reason why it's not reflecting right now in our market is because Nigerians are the ones just being wicked to themselves. Take it up from there.
Listen, we are not pessimistic. We are just being realistic. It's not pessimism, it's reality. When they train a police officer in the police college, they tell them when you see a criminal, put him under arrest, read his rights to him, and remove the gun from him, and then arrest the person. But the reality is that when you see a man with a gun, pointing a gun at you as a police officer, you will need to first of all demobilize him. Whether you neutralize him or you demobilize him, but what is important is that you must stay alive so that you can have an arrest. So that's the situation we are trying to address. That you don't say we are pessimistic. Federal government is the one that should be asked, because he was asking now who raised them. The person dey inside market, we never see him. And the person will raise that inside market. Like we have mentioned, if you ask me again, I'll tell you that there is no sign of market prices coming down in any soon. Because you and I know how market policy works. Like he has mentioned, they catapult the thing to make an arrangement. And for you to have an appreciation, it means that government must make deliberate effort. And if you ask me with all sincerity, without mentioning words, I'll tell you, the government is not making any deliberate policy to address the poverty level of an average Nigerian. If you ask me.
Your own opinion, because they've done so many things, they're doing so many things, trying to make sure that the economy is balanced. So you just can't say that they're doing nothing. You're exaggerating in that aspect.
And I'll tell you again, if you ask me. If you ask me means that, in my opinion, and to my own mind, Nigerian governments are the very author and manufacturers of poverty in Nigeria.
Why would you say that?
Deliberately to keep Nigerians in poverty so that they can manipulate the minds of an average Nigerian. I'll give you an example. If NEPA, we still refer to discourse as NEPA, takes your light for 4 weeks and brings it now, everybody wish, oh, NEPA! Forgetting the pains that you have suffered in the last 4 weeks.
Your bills are waiting for you.
That does not stop them from giving you estimated billing. That does not stop them from coming to cut your light. If your transformer goes bad, not minding the fact that NEC has issued notice that you should not buy wire for them, you should not buy transformer for them, you should not buy pole for them. If you don't buy, you'll be in darkness. When you buy it, it is still NEPA property. It is not your own. That wire where you buy, that pole where you buy, na NEPA property. Point I'm trying to make with this analysis is the fact that no matter what you do, the buck stop at the table of the federal government. If you do not reduce pump price to cushion, see, what was the essence of bringing 5 billion across the 36 states with 5 trucks of grains and running into trillions, when you could as well put that in the so-called subsidy, the so-called cushioning of the subsidy. Because when you say palliative, you are talking about people who are displaced. That's what palliative means.
All right, Solomon.
Because you are coming to mitigate problem that was caused as a disaster. So when federal government said they were giving palliative, government had agreed in court that they created the disaster.
Okay.
Why creating the disaster when you could avoid that disaster?
I'll come back to you,
because
Solomon.
the effect of the palliative is not seen. That's the same thing we are trying to analyze on the issue of the dollar increase. We must appreciate the fact that they are doing so much as though they are doing nothing much, so that you can praise them like NEPA don't be like.
Okay,
hallelujah.
I'll come back to you, Solomon.
Nothing on the table.
All right, now I'll come back to Solomon. Now, are you not saying that until it goes back to 500 or 450 or let's say 300 naira per dollar, that means there will not be an appreciation? Don't forget where we are coming from. 1,008, 1,009, almost clocking 2,000.
We are not coming from there, Wilson. You are talking as if you are a government agent. We are not coming from 1,800. We are coming from the rate at which this present administration
Less than 1,000
met it.
naira. Less than 1,000 naira.
And within the administration, within a short period, they by themselves decided in their own wisdom, not the type of wisdom, increased it. They understood market forces. They knew the demand and supply curves, whereby to form an equilibrium, as we were taught some years ago. But now there are distortions here and there to pave way for some persons that orchestrated their coming into power. That's what is playing out. There's not that thing. The government is insensitive when it comes to addressing the plight of the common masses. The first, and maybe the only thing they're interested in, is to settle themselves first. Once they are settled, the crumbs that will fall is what we are clapping hands for. The government is not ready. What happened to foreign, this FDI, foreign direct investment? They can't come in. No foreigner can come into Nigeria to invest because the platform has been destroyed. It's not there.
It will bring GlaxoSmithKline back.
Now, say band A, if you were to belong to that band, I recharge with 20,000 naira, you get not more than 87 units. If I were a factory and I had to run my energy along that line, that would translate on the products. And the average masses that are living on band Z, maybe if you pay 1,000 naira, you get 1 million units, for instance.
That does not exist.
That person cannot buy that product. So at the end of the day, what have you done? What done is zero. So the government has to wake up. The policies have to be tested first. There's no way just wake up, no matter how exciting the words are, you test them, you test wrong. Then from there, you now say I can domesticate it. Most times what they do, policymakers, is to just copy a foreign policy and paste it. Not to have copied, modified, and before you paste. They just do all sort of things they like, and at the end of the day, we are suffering. What matters to me, maybe not Wilson, and to me and to Solomon, is what does it translate to in our day-to-day runnings, our purchases. Transport fares have not reduced, nothing has reduced. So if you're asking, as we did now, the so-called appreciation, one should see it manifesting already. If it was 1,800 and that became 1,700, I should see it. If from Oluku to Ring Road at 8,800 was 200 naira. Now that is 1,700, instead of 200, it should be 180 naira. Things have changed though. So what the government is doing, maybe you have to learn some bits of Benin. Igbini Yobo.
President Operate.
Yeah, yes. Two persons will be fighting. A third person is there to help separate the fight. But what the third person does is look at the two of them. The one that is his friend, he will assist him. How will he assist him? He will hold him from behind. He will hold the opponent from behind, whereby his own friend.
Delivering punches.
Yes. So leave it as no, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop. We are holding the opponent. So that's what the government is doing. They want to please some persons.
I'm not going to put it well that strategically that the person cannot even throw punch.
Bam. So that's what the government is doing.
He sees his hands.
We are hearing bar cement, double cement, whatever cement. They want to reduce cement because of cement prices. Or increase them. Listen, maybe the next edition, who increase them?
All right, now, we have more time. I would have introduced this entrepreneur, but time is fast spent. I would have done, but still, I believe we're going to have other time to really talk about it. But Solomon, I'm still going to opine that both of you are just pessimistic about it. But we are realistic. Maybe, okay, fine, realistic. Now, the government of the day, they've worked tirelessly. This is what they met on the ground. They met on the ground. That was what we were told.
No.
Because of the economic realities, because of the market forces, according to them, there's no fault up there. They have to do something to make sure that we survive. That's from their own perspective. And right now, they're beginning to work tirelessly, using all the markets they can fathom, all they can think about to make sure that Nigerians are happy. And they are saying that the target is making sure that the Naira gains against the dollar. Are you not saying that this is like, effort and futility? Is that what you're saying right now?
It's just like walking around a circle. We don't have money, we are borrowing. Which money did Betty Edu get? Where did she get the money from that she stole? We don't have money, we are borrowing money.
No, they never say she stole. She's still under investigation. Please, let's be guarded.
Somebody carry money will not be owned. He transfer am.
You hold am.
Okay, they hold am. My brother, you see, the truth of the matter is this. We say white man will get their bed born. They say that their bed born joiner. The question here is, does the money that Betty Edo stole? Took.
Better, because they're improving yet.
Now, wait, now. You see all these things, now the same thing what federal government they do now, they do so.
No, let's follow the law right now.
No, follow the law. I didn't know that there's a difference between took and stole. That's why the Benin usually eaten the different thing. Here where a non-Naira,
please interpret.
An elderly man does not steal, he takes from. If a child takes from the pot of soup, he stole. So when an elder takes from a pot of soup, he took. He didn't steal. That's what you are trying to say. But you and I know that they stole. Because if you took something that does not belong to you, that was kept in trust, in your custody for the people, and you started using it as party share, you and I know that they stole. But since you said they took, let me borrow your word that they took what does not belong to them, that belongs to the collective patrimony of the Nigerian people. Point being made here is that federal government has not in any way helped Nigerians. I know you say it's my opinion, and I'll tell you it's my opinion, and I hold it very strongly, and I know that my brother Amigo agrees with me, that federal government took us from 164 Naira at some point, 192 Naira at other point, pump price, to 695 Naira, 685 Naira at different points. And you say that they made frantic effort, they work tirelessly to reduce Nigerians into poverty or to impoverish Nigerians. Is that what you are saying? So point being made here is that if federal government had the deliberate intention to reduce poverty, they would have thought wise before making subsidy gone a pronouncement, before making dollar to rise, before allowing cement to go from 4,000 naira to 12,000 naira, 15,000 naira as it stands today. Is that the tireless effort you are making? That you and I, yet they bag their coffers with Nigerian treasury, Where you and I cannot afford to buy a car for 4 million naira, legislators are buying cars for 150 million, 160 million. Where you and I cannot afford to rent a house for 300, 500,000 naira, legislators are renovating their legislative quarters for over 500 million. My brother, and you are saying that the federal government is not responsible for the poverty of the Nigerian people? It's laughable to say that they are working tirelessly. I have not heard that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has decided to donate the salary to the poor people of Nigeria. I have not heard that the legislators in Nigeria, whether you call them executive or judiciary, have decided to donate their salaries to the poor masses of the Nigerian state.
Thank you, Solomon.
And then you are telling me that you are working tirelessly.
Solomon,
Mr. Wilson, yes, I agree with you that I should speak tirelessly.
We have to work with time.
So, no, we are working with time.
We have to work with time.
No, we are also working with time tirelessly. That the Nigerian people are tired of this enslavement.
All right.
If the Nigerian government want to be real, you should reduce forests, that's the foreign exchange rate, reduce pump price, reduce cement price, give what you call market monitoring, and you talk about price regulations. I remember, even though people say it was a draconian rule, there was once upon a time in this country where the federal government of Nigeria regulated prices.
All right, thank you, Solomon.
And so if the government wants to help the Nigerian people, they should bring a price regime that should be tagged price regulation.
Thank you, Solomon. That is your last line on this discussion.
Because of time factor.
And on this discussion, because of time factor, we have to work with time. Well, Honorable, you're going to give your last line in this particular discussion. At least Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. So what advice do you have for the federal government, Nigerians, and of course the market personalities that will go over there to meet and will tell us this is the old stock or this is an old stock?
So what we're saying, the federal government should be sincere with us. If you do things in sincerity, we will not complain. We are trying to run away from the cause of the problem. Just like this old saying of a madman that just leads a part of his farmland, and after a while, fire engulfs the whole environment. And they met him, and he told them it was, I said fire. I know, but over there, I don't know. Not see, I must see only. I will interpret.
You have to, because you're on national TV. National TV.
He who caused rainfall created cold weather.
Okay. Please continue.
The wise man has spoken. So the federal government should be sincere with us. And what we are thinking shouldn't be, what I've been lamenting all this while, that pump price may never go below 500 naira. Never. Because that's what Dangote want to sell at. Ab initio.
You are not a spokesperson.
I know what I'm talking about.
You are not a spokesman. We don't know that.
I tell you the
and we don't work with speculations.
I'm not speculating. You see it. You see it. Because they wanted 500 naira. That's what they started checking up gradually. Let's feed the pulse of these people called Nigerians. It's as if they can't bear beyond 600. So Dangote, make it 500.
You're not a spokesman, so we don't know about that.
We'll come back here and talk about it.
Comment is theirs. Has nothing to do with ITV, all the speculation, or work with facts here in the media house. But from the bottom line, from what they've all said, they're not happy with the government of the day. Yes, the Naira's appreciated, but is it reflected in our day-to-day transaction? Go to the marketplaces, go to the filling station. Right now, hiking electricity tariff. Tell me, how is it helping the poor masses? But the federal government are doing their best. They should do more. Definitely, they should do more. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on today's show. I appreciate a wonderful analysis. But Solomon, please watch your emotions next time. Watch it.